Hi there. So let me ask you, do you ever stop to realize how often during the day you've been meditating on your inabilities or your insecurities or what you have not accomplished thus far or what you don't have rather than what you have? I say meditating because what is meditation? The practice where we let our mind dwell on certain things. So many let their minds dwell on all the negatives, all the lacking, all that it's not there, all that they are not. So you might not call yourself a yoga guru or anyone inclined towards meditation. However, when we let our minds dwell or ruminate on certain things, that's what we are doing. And we are creating space for those things to be in our mind. And those negative things tend to feel and permeate our lives. And what comes as a result is low energy, a lack of enthusiasm for life, or a kind of numbness or indifference that settles in. Have you ever experienced this? And if we take it a step deeper, what I essentially find in my observation of people and conversations, and also in my work with clients, is a striving to earn what we already have, whether it's approval or love, a striving to become what we already are, and a tendency to repair something that is already in the past and it's gone. How often do you get in touch with your search for approval or acceptance or love? All of this, for the most part, is stemming back to childhood, to early experiences, often what is referred to as childhood trauma. But it all boils down to who you are, your identity, knowing who you are. When you discover who you are, who you already are, you will notice a shift in your thinking, in your behaviors, in your patterns. All that behavior, all that striving that is pushing you to work harder, to try harder, all that is causing all that rumination, that it brings you to this point of emotional exhaustion. And as a result, what settles in is a sense of tranquility, of peace and ease and rest. And that's the place to be. And that's part of our core of who we are. I invite you to tap into this even this moment. You can pause this video and take a few moments to just breathe and focus on your sense of calmness and ease and tranquility, and just stay with that sense of calmness. Let all the other thoughts fade a little bit to the sides and let yourself experience that calmness. That's the place from which we were meant to live our life. And the striving that we see in the culture and the running after things and this busyness and the ever-changing trends, scrolling through social media, that creates such a frenzy, and it really robs us of this inner resource of who we are and robs us of our ability to connect to this core of who we are and to the creator of who we are. And as we move throughout the day, our mind never takes a rest, just moves from one thing to another. Do you think that will have an effect on our health, on our emotions, on our decisions, on our interactions with people, with loved ones? Absolutely. It impacts everything. In my work with clients, I use this cutting edge approach known as internal family system, so that we can access this deep-seated core self identity, that imago Dei in us, that blueprint of being. And by connecting to this core of who we are, knowing how we were made to be, the blueprint according to which we were meant to operate, to live our lives, that changes everything. You are able to view your life in these two dimensions of before and after. All the anger and frustration and fear and guilt and shame that permeates your life, that lurks underneath, that is under that lifestyle that you've created, that persona suddenly dissolves, it shifts, and you're able to step into this place of power and love and clear-mindedness, calm and courage and perspective and vision for the future, and essentially transform your life. But the key here is that that is already in you. All you need to do is take a U-turn on you. And that's my message for you for today. If you want to hear more of this and how this transformation is possible, I invite you to click the link below and follow the instructions in store for you, and I'll be glad to share it. I'll see you in the next video.